By asking you to compare two women. One woman is a woman named Steffi Graf. She is a German citizen who asked to have her name removed from the roll of her church. Because in Germany, part of being a citizen there is that you pay a church tax, which they take out, and it helps support the church, which is the church I discussed earlier, where he covers kind of a geographic area as a hired civil servant. She asked that her name would be removed so that they wouldn't take any money out of her earnings. Compare that to a story I read this week of a young Armenian lady. This lady showed up in a relief camp. She was in tremendous pain, which was racking her body all over. They asked her, "Have you been hurt?" And this was her response. She said, "I am bearing the cross. I bear in my body the cross of Jesus Christ, and now I know how he suffered." They didn't understand it until a nurse assisted her in removing her dress in the medical tent, and seeing that a cross had been branded into her shoulder with a hot iron. And the wound that she had there was swollen, and it was burning with infection. And she said that every day they would come to me and say this. They would say, "Muhammad or Christ? Muhammad or Christ?" And when I said Christ on the last day, they branded my shoulder with this cross. Now, as long as I live, I will bear this cross. And someday, when I see Jesus, I'll be glad. You've got one lady who's dead even though she lives. You've got another lady who lives even though she dies. Which story do you want your life to be lived by? The world may reject you, but Christ never will. You can stand before God with your righteousness, which God says is filthy rags, don't even get in the same room with me. Or you can have yourself clothed with the dazzling, brilliant righteousness of Christ. God offers us that option, but if we remain dead, if we remain sleeping, allowing the world to just uncontestedly come in and take over and destroy anything that resembled what we should have been and could have been as the body of Christ, it says here he'll come as a thief, and we'll awaken not to joy but to judgment. The choice comes back to us. Do we want to choose life or death?